well centered we are.
I don't
come a little
think
to the right.
I feel off. I know.
You're in the middle.
I feel.
Scoot the hell over.
Scoot over. Scooch mooks. Hell.
Hey,
everybody.
we survived. You survived.
Survived. I can talk.
You can talk.
I can eat
You
now.
can eat.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Really excited.
Congratulations on making it through that.
No one told me that the headaches are the worst.
Oh.
Now everyone's like, dry socket, not being able to eat, which sucked.
Right.
And like the little pain, make sure, all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
No one said, by the way, you'll have headaches forever, and it's like just a nerve headache. No one explained that.
I mean, that,
Doctor might have, but I was not.
That tracks, but I wouldn't have thought about that. And I survived my 37th birthday.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. How was
made
it?
Through. Had a good day Saturday. Went out, hopped around some breweries in Ankeny, and then Sunday I took the boys down to the Drake, Iowa women's game.
Yep.
Basketball season in full force. 2 great teams there. Went to overtime. Iowa's number 4 in the country, for those that don't know, and Drake took them to the wire. Unfortunately, just didn't have enough firepower to finish it off. But exciting game. So
hey, that's all.
Little week.
Hey, Drake won football.
Yeah, 2 in a row.
Yeah, 2 in a row.
Bulldogs.
Go Bulldogs.
Yep.
I literally had one. But
From defeated to 2 in a row.
To 2 in a row. Took down, I think Butler at that time was tied for the conference lead, I think.
Yeah.
They had a chance to win conference. They don't anymore. No, they lost that.
Mm-hmm.
But that's cool. Yeah. I kept the same picture, so that's good. Didn't change that. Mistakes were had. It's fine. Everybody will be all right.
It's good.
We'll be all right. Other than that, I mean, it's cold in here.
It's not. I mean, it's good for me, but I'm pretty well dressed.
For those that are not in Iowa, it snowed quite a bit today. So that's fun, and it's cold. I'm cold in here, but we digress. Ryan's not in here. We'll probably bring that up
A lot.
12, 15 more times in the next 20 minutes.
If I was him, I'd be fired up today too. The Vikings are just getting disrespected.
Hottest team in the league, best team in the league. Like all those are.
Yeah, all those are fine.
Yep.
And they're dogs at home to a team that just lost to the Packers.
Oh no, I'm really excited about that. Cannot wait till we get to that line.
Get the hell out of here.
I'll be the resident Viking fan. I am in purple. So
That's
maybe
fair. I might be a resident Viking fan today.
So I'll attempt. We'll see where we
fine.
get. We'll see where we get with that.
It's either Taylor Heineke or Kirk Cousins. Pick your white guy on a plane.
Ew, gross. So
Heineke had Busch Lights though.
That's true, which fits. By the way,
Don't hate
fits
that.
so well. I love the hell out of it.
Don't love the enthusiasm of a shit play call at the end of the game. Or
Don't worry. Don't worry. We got that one
on
on the old Twitters. We'll talk about that bullshit.
I do have a lot that fired me up over the weekend.
Good.
For stuff that really didn't matter, but just stupid shit. Stupid shit fires me up.
Good. Well, let's get through our recaps of college and NFL. They were not good.
No.
We did not do well at all, really.
No.
So that's cool. Then we will, once we recap those, then we'll go into our news. I don't really have a coach's corner, but he's fired up. So we'll get to those fired up things. Then we'll go back to our picks. And then we'll end the night on 2 cool things. NFL midseason recap. Mm-hmm. And then, as always, live, the new college football playoffs come out. So we'll chat about those, which...
I even got a Maction pick in my favorites for college, so that starts at 6. So have one of those tonight.
Maybe we'll just pop it up live too. Maybe you'll be with us tonight watching Maction. All right, so let's get into it. We'll start with UCF Tulane. We just both were riding with Tulane because don't know anything about them.
Yeah, UCF hadn't impressed me, and I like the Green Wave.
Yep, and they didn't show up.
Nope.
As you'll note in this, Cole, that was an important win for you on that one.
Yep.
Overall, there he got the over.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we missed those picks.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to talk much about that one.
That's fair.
How about Oregon Washington?
That game's baffling to me. I didn't watch a second of it, so I have no clue. But that game is baffling.
I don't know. I don't know how you're, 2 touchdown favorites. You're potentially in the playoffs, and you just lay an egg.
Yeah. It didn't. I mean, it looked like they kind of got handled.
Yeah. I tuned in a little bit.
Or at least that Washington controlled the game.
They did.
Which doesn't make any sense for how Oregon's playing and how Washington's been playing.
Not sure.
Both sides of the ball. I don't get that. So
bye-bye Oregon.
Yep.
You are no longer. Bama Ole Miss, though. Man, that was a good one.
We both hit the unders in that one, though.
Hey-oh.
Yeah, 72
it was 72 and a half. It got to 71.
Yep.
Hey.
Nailed it.
So over 70, I'm telling you, take it.
Mm-hmm.
But Bama, Ole Miss. Ole Miss was handling them.
Mm-hmm.
And then they just didn't punch it in late, which they needed to. And, man, did you watch the sequence at the end at all? Because that's really when I tuned in. That sequence at the end, they should have scored. But the quarterback got all happy feet and decided to, first of all, first down is first in.
Alabama should have scored or Ole Miss should have scored?
Okay. They're down 6. I think they're on the 16, I believe.
Gotcha.
And 50-something seconds. Didn't matter. The time's irrelevant at that point, really, but they had about 50 seconds left. 5 wide, quarterback draws the first play. And for those that don't know, doing a quarterback draw near the goal line against a team that's really fast it's just not going to work.
Right.
There's just no room. No one's spread out. So it didn't work.
Didn't work?
Second down. I think 4 wide or something. I know the back flared. They got post, they had a corner, they had a hitch, back flare, and then they had a nice little hook in the middle in a zone. And he decided not to throw it to the wide open guy who could have got him 10 yards.
Mm-hmm.
And decides to try to scramble. Well,
didn't turn out well.
That's
fair.
And rinse and repeat basically for the next 2 downs, and they got a sack. Really? You drove all the way down to beat Bama, and then you just
panicked,
just shit yourself?
I mean, he won't be the first, won't be the last.
But Bama's not a playoff team. That's what it proved to me. Yeah. They're not a top 4 team. So we nailed the money line barely. I got the Ole Miss cover. Oh, hey.
Yeah.
And it did not go over, which that one, SEC unders. Damn it.
Yeah, sure.
Jim.
Okay.
Now, the line of the week that made 0 sense to us.
Mm-hmm.
TCU, Texas. Did you watch any of this game?
Just viewers crying on the phone.
Yeah.
But TCU dominated that game.
They sure did. I mean, they won 17-10, so... But, it was handled.
Right. It wasn't that close, though. Yeah.
Sure.
Also didn't go over.
Also didn't come close to over. So we did poorly. We both went 4-7.
Mm-hmm.
For those who do math, that is a 36.36% winning.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to say it gets better in the NFL.
Huh.
Does not.
Yeah, there's no way it does.
Hey, but our best bets, though.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Not too bad.
Pretty good. Little LSU money line, Coalhead Pitt money line. Navy almost upset Notre Dame, so that plus 17 was easy street. You had a nice little push on LSU Arkansas, which should not have happened. Ohio State went over basically themselves, so we won't talk about that. Mizzou, Tennessee went over. Again, Tennessee did that by themselves. D-Gen pick, TCU plus 225 was one of the easiest picks of the week.
Yeah, that's not even a D-Gen pick. I mean, it was, but it wasn't. But yeah, that doesn't make
not a chance.
Doesn't make any sense.
And then you had Louisville, Clemson, and they didn't show up.
Clemson beat the tar out of them.
So I have you technically between us as a shitty shot, but Ryan,
correct,
still hasn't put. He's not even making picks either.
No, I mean at this point he just if you need to withdraw, just withdraw.
Let us know. So yeah, that's where that lands us. Overall, college football. it's I told you, NFL's horrid, absolutely disgusting.
I mean, it's exactly what it felt like when I was watching games. I guess so.
Yeah, not wrong.
Well, I really wasn't watching games, so that's why.
Could be.
I couldn't will the teams that I needed to win.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I was too busy not watching games on either side this weekend.
So NFL recap. Falcons,
What do the
Panthers.
Falcons do?
What
the Falcons?
Did you see some of the things Mariota was doing? I don't get it. I don't know. I don't know.
Is this your? I mean, is
This
this
is
the
the
time?
team I thought, by the way.
Is this the time for Ritter?
I would think so, but nope, he's staying against it. Now, I don't know if we're waiting for the bye week. We have a late bye week. So let him ride the rest of the season. But this is the team that you saw Thursday night was the team I thought we were getting week 1.
Right, which is, I mean, that's fair.
But they are better than what they've played last week.
Right.
Which is the frustrating part.
Our team starting, are you noticing, like, our team starting to do some different things to the Falcons? Or
Yeah,
are they regressing?
2 things. One, they're letting Mariota throw the ball. Which
making,
yeah. Making him throw the ball, which is utterly, he's just
inconsistent.
Just bad. A third of Pitt's targets are off target.
Yeah.
An NFL off target does not mean like where he can catch it. It means
no chance in hell.
No chance in hell.
Yeah.
Third of his targets. Anywho, but also too, I think since we've ran the ball so much that we're also getting it like overthinking things.
Gotcha.
Why not just keep running? Oh, well, because they think we're going to run, so they're going to load it. Why don't we throw? Well, we can't do that anyway, so we might as well keep running. So you get a little bit of mixed bag there.
Okay. I mean,
I don't have this.
We both hit the under.
Hey, that was clearly going to go under. The weather and everything, there's just no chance. But it ended up being very close to that. Vikings, Bills. Game of the week.
Yeah.
Potentially game of the year. We'll get to. I think we have the catch in there. Obviously,
yeah.
Everyone's going to be talking about it. But we'll get to that. How did you? Oh, you didn't watch the game. But
I did, but I watched highlights of this game. I mean, a lot of this game was all over highlights because they had botched calls, amazing plays, botched
snaps.
plays.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there was 4 specific plays that I can think of off the top of my head that whether it was ref, player, or coach that all had determinations in how this game played out. About 50-52 on each side, so you can't really argue with the outcome, in my opinion. No,
you can't. But, man, the Vikings should have lost, should have won, should have lost, should have won, should have lost. Like, that's how
exactly
it was. That 4th and 18 should never have happened. 1, because bat the ball down. 2, that coverage, I don't know why you're running that coverage on 4th and 18. It's 4th and 18.
So the 4th and 18 happened, but the 4th and 18 happened after the Gabe Davis fake catch.
No. 4th and 18 was first.
That would happen before.
Yeah, that was the one-handed catch. That was them going down.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then they went back down, kicked the field goal to tie.
Yeah.
On the fake catch.
Yeah, because that was the drive that they got stopped and 12 men were on the field.
Right.
And then I don't know how you quarterback sneak the ball when you don't actually. You have to.
But he didn't even look like he tried to sneak.
I don't know what he was doing. He looked afraid.
Yeah, I was just confused on what they were trying to do.
You're 6'4", 250. Take the snap and go forward.
I don't know if that was shoulder, arm issue, like not wanting because he's injured.
That's a good call.
And like that's your. I mean, you don't have a choice when that.
That's a good call.
I mean, your top hand. That's your pressure arm.
At that point, they should have just went, fine, we'll take the safety. Like if all of that's coming into play, because that is the last worst case.
Yeah. So
it happened. But anyways, so that happened, and then yes, the Gabe Davis catch that wasn't a catch.
Yeah.
But anywho, I thought it was a really good game. The Vikings showed me that they're the team that is always going to be around, and they're not just going to fold, which is what they've done all season. They are winning close games, which you have to do in the NFL to have a really good record. I have them I have them in the playoffs anyway, so I'm rooting for them.
Yeah.
Let's go purple, people eaters.
Yeah, I think we both had them winning the division, so
they're doing what we thought they would do. I don't have a problem with it. The Bills, on the other hand, 15 game winners. Do they still look like that for you?
I mean, no, but at the same point, like, they still look like a team that, at the end of the day, like, as long as they're healthy when they get to the playoffs, nobody's going to beat them. They look like a non-focused team.
Correct. I agree. I don't
have any problem with their talent or their, like, yes, they can be beat in the secondary. Their secondary is battered, only going to be healthier or more experienced by the time they get back there to the playoffs. still going to make the playoffs, so I'm not overly concerned. They are in a very deep division, though, so that doesn't make things any easier.
Them getting kicked to a wild card which right now is where they're at.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, they won't.
Good, bad, or indifferent?
They travel. That's the thing too. Is like it just doesn't matter. Like
no. And Cowboys, Packers.
Huh?
Good old Goonlock failed miserably. Talk to us about it.
So Green Bay basically scored touchdowns against Dallas this week in the same scenarios of which they've ended up with 0 points most weeks throughout the year, meaning they finished a few drives on, Christian Watson, their rookie receiver who has been hurt and or dropped the ball almost every week of the NFL season, finally caught the ball, but Dallas continued to play the same terrible coverage, put no pressure on Rodgers in his face, and also allowed them to run the ball, which is fine. Like Green Bay stuck to the game plan, ran the ball 40 times.
For once, by the way.
Ran it at Parsons, which is any good athletic defender in the NFL these days. That's what you want to do. Yes, they're going to make some plays, but you're running at them. You're not allowing their athleticism, which is what gets everyone fired up, blitzing off the edge, making plays in space. They didn't allow Parsons to do that. Right. He didn't touch Rodgers all night. And I mean touch. He had no pressures, no sacks, which is fine. Like, that's going to happen sometimes. They got game planned. However, if that's the case and you're making them run the ball, then you can't let a rookie receiver who hasn't done shit all year score 3 touchdowns on you running the same over route where he just runs faster than the defense.
It's literally all that was.
Yeah, I mean,
just
so
ran faster.
We either if we're going to do that, then bring 7 and play cover 0.
You might as well. It's the same thing.
Stop the run and make them do that all game.
Correct.
They wouldn't
be able
have.
to.
So that was my problem with how the Cowboys played it. Ultimately, they're a missed pass interference call in overtime from still winning that game. But they also didn't deserve to win the game.
What were your receivers doing? Like, those 2 picks are on your receivers.
The first one's on Dak throwing the ball.
Well, no. Dak should never have thrown that ball.
The second one is on
But it was still
CD.
a route problem.
The second one's on CD Lamb not wanting to go over the middle.
Yeah.
He turned his dig route into a post route when he saw the guy standing there.
You can't do that.
No.
You can't do that.
And the first one I hate because you cannot throw the ball in the middle of the field even relatively late in the red zone. But Dak just chucked it into the middle of the end zone.
But I also thought it was the same thing. The receiver didn't flatten out his route out.
It kind of is.
No,
but
I don't think he
that's
should have thrown that ball.
Though.
Yeah, he shouldn't have thrown that ball.
You can't throw that ball there. There's 4 guys standing there, and you're just hoping that your guy's going to be the one out of the 4. Like, that was where my Dak...
You can't make the he's supposed to be there throw in the end zone. That's not a good idea.
No, Dak did not. And again, we kind of abandoned running the ball. Dak is not good when he has to throw. I think he threw 46 times. And it's like, that's what? Pollard averaged 5 yards a carry. Brown was great. Like, we didn't have any problems.
Let's go back to the fact they don't use Pollard correctly.
Right. Well, and the other thing is, like, specifically the last few drives, like, they had to throw the ball a little bit more because their successful running plays, they were getting called for shit holding calls. I mean, just garbage. Like, if you're going to call holding in the NFL, make them earn it.
Yeah.
Because you don't call holding in the NFL. Like, somebody gets tackled, they call holding. Dallas somehow had like 4 holding calls on 3 running plays when they've just been slashing Green Bay all game. Like, all of a sudden now it's holding.
Yeah.
That's what I had a problem. Like I said, I'd be a little bit more fired up with that portion of it if Dallas looked like they gave 2 shits about being out there on either side of the ball. Looked like they were going through the motions, thought eventually the Packers would just screw up like they had all year. They would win the game. Fortunately, it came back to bite them when the refs didn't throw a flag that should have been thrown on PI to keep their 4th down going. I didn't have a problem with McCarthy going for the touchdown in overtime. That is what it is. Dallas couldn't stop Green Bay
at all
late in the game. I mean, they got up 14-0, 28-14, whatever it was. They were up 2 touchdowns 2 different times in the game and just kind of thought that Green Bay would. mail it in.
Yeah.
It's like you're still in Green Bay here, folks.
Right. It's
like
still
even
in,
if the players want to tuck it in, like those fans are not going to let them tuck it in, and they didn't, and Green Bay ended up winning. So.
And good for Green Bay, keeps them in the hunt.
Yeah.
I mean, the back part of the hunt keeps them in there, keeps it interesting. Right. As we get into wild cards.
It didn't change my opinion on either team.
No, not me neither. Not at all.
So, whatever that's worth.
Right. Sunday Night Football, Chargers, Niners. So just the Niners are a better football team.
I thought they'd score a little bit more. Obviously, I had the over. I just thought the Niners would score a little bit more. They controlled the game, and basically they have completely removed Jimmy G from being able to do anything that can disable them, and they're just allowing their defense and their athletes to run the ball.
Which is...
I mean, it's fine.
What you should do when you don't have a quarterback who can...
Yeah, I just don't like it because I think by doing what they're doing now, they're actually hurting their chances to win a Super Bowl.
I also think they're close.
Because Jimmy Garoppolo is going to have to make a throw a la every season that they haven't won a Super Bowl because their quarterback has sucked.
Right.
And it's because they handicap them. You can't kneecap your quarterback in the middle of a regular season.
And then be like, hey, big time
dude,
throw, it's now.
I don't care how wide open the guy is. It doesn't, none of that shit matters if you didn't instill confidence in him throughout the year. So, I mean, that's fine if it's one game that they're doing that, but it seems like they're going back to their old 49er ways. And, yeah, you can win NFC and do all that fun stuff, but you can't win a Super Bowl with that, especially not against the AFC teams they're going to face.
No. So,
potentially
money line, nailed it. Spread was poor by a point. I took the under. You went with the over. There's that difference. And then Commanders, Eagles. Wow.
Talk about a team that...
Whew. And not the drink, the game.
Yeah, didn't
want to be there. Didn't like. What other words you want to say?
I mean, the Commanders dominated time of possession. Never really. I mean, settled for field goals. Eagles basically shot themselves in the foot. Turned the ball over 3 times. They had a fumble, of which the receiver just needed to stay down, because he was down, and just lay there on the ground and let him touch you and be done with it. Instead, he gets up, fumbles after a 40-yard gain. They had a fumble, which a guy got his head torn off. And then they had an interception early in the game, which, honestly, if the interception's the only turnover they have, they end up winning that game anyway. The 2 fumbles were the killers. Again, one was a missed penalty by the refs, and the other one was just kind of a fluke play after a long gain.
Refs were
by the receiver. The refs in this game were absolutely atrocious. Ruined the game. I think they had a bad pick call against Washington, in my opinion, that would have sealed the game earlier for Washington. Missed the face mask call that led to the previous drive fumble for Philadelphia. The call at the end of the game, that's a rules issue. There's no way Heineke can run around like that and then take the knee in the way that he did.
Correct.
And then be protected.
Correct. We also have that one on Twitter. I want to get your thoughts on that.
That's a late hit, 100%. And so in the moment, I'm fired up that it gets called, but it's late. And ultimately, it can't be that late. Like, you got to figure it out. The thing is he can't see because he's coming around the corner. So if he can't hear the whistle, there's no way for him to know that Heineke just didn't slip and fall down, because there's nobody around him at that point.
Right.
The problem is allowing Heineke to run around, and then take some fake-ass flopsy knee thing and then pretend that he's down and then flop around on the field like a dead chicken and draw a penalty flag and then celebrate like he just won $100 million.
It was very douchey, and I went from, like, I respect you as a competitor to that you're just a douche now and I can't root for you.
Right.
Because of how he celebrated.
Yeah.
But no, you can't just take a half-ass knee.
No.
But
you can.
But I mean, you can. But you can't.
Right.
Because, no, how do you know he's down? Because
that was the smart play on his, he did what he should have done.
He should have just went down, because that's what quarterbacks do.
Right.
Just go down, fetal position, fine. Mm-hmm. No one would have hit you.
Right.
But a knee, that could be a slip, right? Like you said, if I'm coming around the corner, or it doesn't matter if I'm not or not.
Right.
Like, that did not look like a fair catch knee. Like, that does not look like a knee. that looked like
right.
In an you can't stop as a defender. And then it's in.
That's why. I mean, I didn't have like the first guy hit him, and it was fine. There was not going to be a penalty on that. But I mean, it was a clear 2 steps after. The problem is you got to see where that you've got to take into vantage point of the guy that is getting called for the penalty, and the ref isn't. He doesn't see where this guy's coming from. The defender's completely blocked off as he's coming around the corner to get the angle if Heineke were to come back to him. And so by the time he gets to him, he's kind of in bear crawl position.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely didn't.
And he lays off on the hit. It's just so late.
It was just late.
That the ref.
And we'll show that, don't worry.
Almost didn't have a choice, but at the same point, it was just a super douchey play.
It was a douchey play.
But
it was a douchey play.
Much like the Cowboys, the Eagles did not play. They didn't respect the competition, is what it looked like.
Correct. Yep.
And that's when shitty calls, that's when the luck part of the game smacks you in the face.
Right.
Like, don't let it come down to a PI call. Don't let it come down to Heineke jumping around like an idiot and being just a arrogant jackass to win on a play that he did nothing but take a sack.
Yeah.
So both teams got what they deserved.
Agreed. We got 1 pick right, and by we I mean me.
Yeah, way to go.
Took Washington on the spread. I just thought it would be a divisional game and end up being close, but I didn't think it would be like this. Anyways, good news out of that though. Although I had to wake up to this because I had realized that they're probably going to go under, but I didn't realize it got to 53 because of that last play again. So I've been doing this new thing with betting. It's been fantastic for me. I've won every week. You pick all the over-unders or all the spreads, right? And you do a teaser on it. I do usually about 10.5 points. Mm-hmm. It gets you to about a plus 1,000. So $10, I'll win $100. Mm-hmm. This one was actually 13, so that was great. But I had done one. All my spreads got screwed up. I lost those, but my over-unders were in. I did 2 of them. I do one on Tuesday, and I do one during the weekend. And so I had a 57.5 and a 53.5. And it came down to the final game. Yeah. And like first quarter, I'm like, well, that was great. I mean, 20-something points first quarter. That's just not going to happen. That's not great. So then it gets to the second half, and I'm like, oh, I'm going to bed because I got this locked. I wake up, and I'm going 53, 50. Yeah, we'll take it. 53.5, baby.
Yeah.
Gotta love that. So, fun fact, try doing that betting if you want to. Right. Don't do college football.
Yeah.
Don't work. It doesn't work. I've tried.
Yep.
NFL, though, it does because they stay within well, they're professionals, and they stay within that parameter. So, I went 5-10, and Cole went 3-12. So
Ryan went
0 for 3rd week in a row.
He did put in a. I remember he texted us on that Atlanta game.
He did. I could throw that one in. He probably took the same thing we did. He only made 1 pick for the week. So best bets. I was pleasantly pleased with mine. I had Chicago beating Detroit, which they should have. Bastards. Cole went with Tennessee over Denver. That was easy. Spread lock, we both took Seattle. Boy, did that not show up. But however, Munich showed up. Man, all the reports coming out of Munich with pitchers of beer, and woo, that place looked like a little fun. Arizona Rams under 43.5. That was probably the easiest bet I had in the NFL. You went with Indy, Las Vegas under 42.5. That did not work out. And then let's ride with Matty Ice. I cannot wait to show you the clip of a quarterback. If you had to say between Mariota and Matt Ryan, who has the longest run between them on the year, I would guarantee
Matt
that
Ryan has like the second longest run for quarterbacks this year.
Yeah. Say that again.
In the NFL. Longest run of his career.
Yeah.
Was it 42.5 yards, something like that?
30, I think 39. I don't remember. It was far, and I loved it. Matty Ice took the Colts from behind again, although they had the lead most of the time. And won a game. Just Saturday's first game.
What was the score of that game?
25-22. 25-20.
25-20.
Yeah. No. It's great times. So shouts out to Matty Ice getting the start.
See, I think I
Never
went into
should've
that
lost
thinking
the
Ellinger
start.
was getting the start.
You did, and we put it on our side bet too.
Yeah.
Which got a couple more wins left, bud. But yeah, that what it is. That's the wrap up of it all. So I don't know. I left the question mark on Ryan. I don't know what you want to do with that shitty shot. If like
I'll take
him a
one.
week.
I'm going to take one of the two to this week, just so that I don't get behind if it does end up.
If it ends up if he's done, then I think I have
Well, we just need to set like
a rule.
Is this the week?
Yeah. So Ryan, if you're listening, please let us know ahead of time so we're going into it.
Pineapple. I hate pineapple. Ugh. Ew.
Ew. Ooh.
All right.
I should probably take notes for myself. It's gonna taste good or what? No. Yummy. All right. What just popped up here?
Oh, was that the face mask? Face mask fumble?
Well,
So
let's
there's
go.
the face-
Let's go to it. Let's cut on right in. Wasn't even on there. Thank you, Barstool.
Yeah.
So this is what you're talking about.
Yeah, so this is
A face mask.
the face mask. The face mask. The face mask. Oh, there's a fumble. Oh, we didn't see the face mask, though. The Commanders recovered that. It is a non-reviewable play, and therefore the Commanders get rewarded with a fumble recovery, even though he still has a hold of his face mask. And the other guy might even get his face mask.
That was a double face
Doesn't
mask.
even really matter.
How do you have
So again,
Seriously, here's
very
one.
easily reviewable play.
one face mask, and then he
Like-
may or may not have the other one
Yeah,
down
you
here.
can't tell for sure, but I mean, either way, something the NFL
So
needs to look at. Like, you can't miss that.
And when you mean reviewable, the fumble's reviewable, but they can't go and say now flag for.
Right.
They can't do that, which you should be able to because that led to the fumble.
I mean, yeah, when you when you yank a guy's neck sideways, it kind of seems to change how he can hold on to the football.
And his care probably to hold on to the football.
Yep.
I'd rather protect myself. Player
So-
protection. It's not about player protection. Let's be real. Let's be real. All right. What is this? Oh. Where did it start this week? Where did it start? Tuesday. Come on. Scroll. Why aren't you scroll? Okay. Doesn't matter anymore. Oh. This one.
Well, golf.
What do you think about
Yeah.
it?
Roy doubled down today. Just told him to get the hell out, basically.
I love it. Just the overall shit show.
Yeah. Greg Norman's not long for live golf, I don't think.
No. So I wanted to bring. We can't listen to the audio because whatever issues that we ran into last time. But did you listen to this?
I did.
There's some issues
Yeah, I mean, that's why they
with their
played.
quarterback.
They played just fine when he got replaced this last. Not replaced.
With Colt McCoy.
Yeah, Colt McCoy.
Their offense looked better with Colt McCoy.
It was definitely more on time.
It was.
And Colt McCoy can throw the football, so you got receivers on the edges and a running back that can run. They released their running back, who I think is better than Connor. Is that Is it Eno Benjamin? Benjamin?
Yeah.
They just released him for some reason. I don't know if there's
chaos.
internal issues there or what the hell's going on, but
This was earlier. This is funny. I was really hoping that that Ryan would say something because he usually doesn't catch these.
Yeah.
But he didn't.
I got nothing.
You guys get
As
it?
you all know, Josh Allen did play, but we were just trying to figure out where the penile was.
Yeah. Just couldn't figure out the penile.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't figure it out.
So slightly worse than a stage
Thoughts
5
on this, huh?
labial. So they brought the coaches one out this week. Did you see that?
Yeah. And it's
So this is number of beers it would take for you to sleep with the
it's AI turn them into females.
So my favorite one is Trevor Lawrence because it says yes, this pic is edited, and I'm still fairly certain it's not.
Yeah.
So
just saying.
But I disagreed with the number of beers for most, just for those scoring
on
home.
these.
Yeah, I mean, you could definitely tell there's no way that there's
41?
a 40 beer difference between
These
Prescott.
two?
Yeah, I mean,
Not a chance.
they're both 41.
Yeah. And a 5?
Yeah, I mean, no.
This one's just hilarious.
Yeah, that one's, and then.
I think this is it. I think it only shows the.
Oh,
these
it's
four.
just got the
The other one.
Oh,
Here
there
we
we
go.
go.
Here we
Yeah,
go.
yeah,
Here we go.
like
Dana Dimes. Two cases.
Dania Dimes, Tia Tagovailoa, Marsha Mariota, and Lamara Jackson. Yeah, those are all 2 cases apiece.
Oh, absolutely.
Jalen Hurts was
Jalen.
surprising.
Jalen.
Jalen Hurts was surprising because, 2 beers.
Yeah.
Huh, I mean,
Huh?
the other
Justina?
3.
Feel like she could also beat me up.
Yeah, right.
Not wrong.
Yep. Josephine.
What? I don't.
Yeah, 1 beer. What?
Wrong.
Yeah, no.
Wrong.
See, and that's kind of where I was like,
Yeah. Gina Smith? Huh?
Oh, Gina.
Old Gina?
Gina just looks old.
The
so
other
it's not even
ones
that, like,
are like they did it last year. Garoppolo's probably the best looking one of.
Well, they had Joe Burrow, in my opinion, was the best one this year. He was in that list. I don't know if they all pulled together. I think that was just like part 2 of the list or whatever. But
here it is. The greatest scramble. And as soon as I saw this,
so it's 3rd and 3.
I thought of one person, and it was you.
Yeah, thank you.
I would still pay to see you do this.
Line of scrimmage is the 25. At 6:48, we're gonna on the clock. He's gonna take
time
off.
it.
Yeah, we're gonna time it.
And are you gonna time it from this line, or are you gonna time it from?
No, I'm timing it from the 22 because this is where
This
his
is the
40
18.
would. I want to see how fast he ran a 40.
Got it. Okay. So we're at 6:47.
Yep. So from the
And we're
20-yard line.
I don't know what yard line he's at right now. Or you want to go from when he fell, or do you want to go? I think.
Let's go back a little bit and try to establish the yard lines here.
Come on, work with me.
There's the 40.
There's the 40.
So that's 20 yards. There's 30 yards. So 35 is
40,
that line.
right there.
So the 40 will be the next line. Okay, so that's the 40.
7 seconds?
It's not bad.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
I mean,
for a 40-year-old. Look at him.
Where was everybody at?
I'm confused on that. I'm trying to think of. So they cleared it out this way. Oh.
Well, I mean, those 2 guys just
I
didn't-
got it now.
Also-
So they were running crossers because it's man.
That's fine.
And then these guys just stopped.
Yeah, but watch 21 too.
I don't know which one's 21. This guy?
You'll see.
What was he doing?
What's 21 doing?
Not trying. Still not trying. And then went, I cannot let Matt Ryan score.
Right? Okay, thank you. So, like,
Oh, I didn't see that before.
No, I just noticed that.
But
when
what's going on here?
They got him. They got him.
This is what this is the part that gets me, right? You know your guy's here.
Mm-hmm.
There's no one over here.
Uh-huh.
And not only does he see this, he then
Yeah, now where's he going?
what are you doing?
This is the stuff that, like, when you're
And
watching.
this is why the Raiders aren't good.
Like, when you,
No
it's
effort.
been a long time since I played video games, like, specifically a football video game. But the stuff where you'd be like, oh, I'm restarting. There's no
Right.
way my guy would do that in real life.
And he does
And
it.
then he does something. That's
So,
where the
first of
video
all,
game glitched.
Matt Ryan will score here. If he doesn't get him,
That's false.
There's no one left.
Dude, it doesn't matter. 27 and the other guy. Even
I mean, they should probably
catch him by the 10.
Hey, I would have loved to see it, though. Could you imagine a 60-yard Matt Ryan touchdown?
Matt Ryan's ass wasn't lasting 35 more yards.
No,
Let's be completely
You're not wrong.
here.
You're not wrong. He is gassed right now.
Did they take a timeout after this?
I don't know, but they probably should have. If it was you, we should have. That was great. Glorious.
I also didn't realize they were losing at that point in the game.
Oh, it was huge. It was a huge, huge deal.
Yeah.
Blew up on Twitter and everything. It was awesome.
No wonder the Vegas was so disappointing after the game.
Chicago Bears are the first team in NFL history. Always a good time when you're on the first NFL
team.
history to score at least 29 points in 3 consecutive games and lose them all.
Yeah. Sounds like the Lions.
I will promise them if they go ahead and score 29 this week, it won't be an L.
Won't be a problem.
Won't be an L. And then here it is. I mean, you knew we were going to bring it up. You knew we were going to watch it. I just
don't understand how the guy in the white is the one that comes away with that football.
I don't understand why he needed to hit it to the ground or tip it to your own guy. Tip drill, whatever. But this, why are you going up to catch it?
Yeah, I mean, he thought it was just going to be a pick, though.
Now and then let go or hit it or something.
Yeah,
but the reason he kept his hand on it is the reason he got it. That's the only reason.
I mean, I don't disagree.
But
like in the moment, you're just trying to make a play, and you're there the whole way. You just don't think there's any way in hell that guy's going to be strong enough or have a forearm strong enough.
No,
to be able to
not wrong.
Basically pull you down while holding onto a football. Like
it was impressive.
While laying flat in the air. Yeah, but at any point.
And it never touched the ground, which was all of those things.
Because that's the thing is like if he isn't there, Jackson doesn't make that catch.
Oh no, it would have tipped off his hand or something.
Yeah.
I just don't understand why you don't just bat it down.
Yeah, because Jackson's right hand and that guy's left hand catch the ball.
Yeah, that's what it was, a tied catch going to the ground, and then you cup it, and that's what that was. Yeah. But great catch,
completely fluke play, but yeah,
fantastic.
Great catch nonetheless.
Love
they don't make that play, the game's over.
Absolutely.
The Bills run the ball, 1 timeout, 2 more plays. You've got 18 seconds left, even if they don't get a first down. That game's over. Yeah.
It just says it. I think he needs to run the ball more RPOs.
If the defenders are going to react to him running
that way
by running away from him,
he should run the same.
He should run more. Yes.
The biggest one on here is the Falcons fans just blowing up on Mariota.
Uh-huh.
And I love it.
That's fair.
I loved every part of it. Oh, great. There's a problem with my HVAC system. That's great. Gonna be cold when we get home tonight.
Awesome. Just what you want to hear.
All right. So I don't know where this whole thing's ridiculous. Okay. First of all, Chiefs game with Juju. Is that a penalty in your opinion? I don't have the video because I didn't care to, but I've seen it a lot.
I mean, no.
By rule of defenseless receiver, I would say yes, but no, that's a football play. This is a football hit to me.
Yeah, I just didn't see the defender doing anything egregious.
No.
The other plays also not a penalty.
I don't. It's because
he's a quarterback.
He's a quarterback, but he's not a quarterback.
When
he's a runner.
Well, yeah, but he's still a quarterback, right?
This is why they called it, and this is utterly BS. And with Tony Dungy even calling it out.
Yeah, again, Tony Dungy's
he also got ejected, which is crazy.
Is the same as mine. Is that, and it's our conversation that we go back to time and time and time again. If it's about player safety, then we're going to crack down on the plays that are actually about player safety. And if it's about somehow protecting the quarterback and only the quarterback, then fine, then just call it that. Like, because, I mean, Juju got put in the same position that Tua did. Got completely knocked out and went into the fetal whatever finger position.
There's a term for that.
Yeah, there is. Can't remember what it's called.
We're not intelligent enough for that.
Well, I mean, yeah, we used it earlier in the year, so we don't want to overuse that.
Too many times.
Yeah, just a scary position, but I honestly don't see a problem with either of these hits being penalties. But if one's a penalty, then both are the penalty, I guess, type of thing.
Why is that not happening? Like, why can we?
There was a play with Valdez-Scantling in the Chiefs game that I thought was more of a penalty even than this hit on Juju, where the same guy launched himself up through the bottom of Valdez-Scantling, and there is clear launching, clear use of helmet. Penalty. Here, I just think it's bad timing.
Right.
He's got to play defense. The other guy's got to play offense. If Juju catches this ball knowing that he's defenseless, and this is the thing that receivers need to start learning, if these penalties aren't going to be thrown, you're not going anywhere right now. Juju goes down right here. Nobody gets hurt. It's a first down, and
this guy would fly over you.
It's difference a half a yard. Mm-hmm. Now, if this guy wants to go down and spear you with his helmet, now we can start throwing flags.
Correct.
But right now, you're putting that defender in an impossible situation, because if he does not close that gap, you catch that ball, plant your foot in the ground, and go upfield,
you're gone.
He's not doing his job.
Yep. Correct.
So I think I saw a video, Tyler Lockett, infamous for protecting himself.
Absolutely. Almost
after catching the ball.
Every time.
And then, like, even if he doesn't get touched, he's very good at, like, he doesn't ever try to stand up and go. It's always like lunging himself forward while on the ground. So at any point, if he's getting touched, there's not a fumble.
Right.
2 to 5 yards. I mean, yeah, he's probably costing himself some yak. But at the end of the day, if he knows he's not going to go,
right,
you're not fumbling the ball. And what are those defenders every time? I mean, how many times do you see it? Great play, big run down the field, guy comes in.
Extra, boop.
That's all you're taught as a defender. Right. Like, make a play after the ball, And so
it's smart. I wouldn't be surprised if they start just receivers watching film of Lockett doing that, because it's
a great video.
Yak's great and all, but your health and the ball security are better.
Yeah.
Are overall better. This is just a fun one. But first of all, if you're not following Annie Agar, you need to.
You're missing
a lot, because we can't do the whole sound thing. But her skits every week, we will say it every week.
Every week.
They're hilarious. And this week, I'm gonna play it just to get to the final, to tease it. I actually wanted that as our thumbnail, but time and stuff. Mm-hmm. But this is funny. The refs leaving the Eagles game, as they should. Oh man! But here she is. Come on. Just like she does so many. It's just hilarious. But let's get to. Just gonna reference. Okay. I just want you guys. Okay, we just left the game, right? We just talked about Eagles game. She may or may not be dressed as a ref.
Go back one. I think it's one outfit. So there's a call. She's like, "Why are you calling me? Why are you calling me?" And it's like, I already missed calls. And then it flips to the ref, and the ref's like, "I have 10 missed calls." And it looks like this one's from the Eagles, is what she's referencing right here.
Love it. Just look at that.
Yeah. So just well played. Just ultimate ref burn at the end.
She's awesome.
Plays it off so well, and just, again, enjoyable 30 seconds of my week. Every week.
Every time. So this is it. We'll watch it. Just don't be a douche.
Douche celebration of the year. Right here. Boom. That's where we took a knee. So looks like he slipped, because he's got one leg out still to be able to stand up, one leg on the ground.
And he actually, I bet if he stood up, play would still be going.
Also,
because it's not blown dead.
Whistle has not blown.
Did after.
What?
Well, we can't hear the whistle. I'm saying his arms.
Watch his arms, though. His arms are what are going to be the dictator. Yeah, that's such a bullshit flag. Oh, my gosh. Like I said, if I felt like the Eagles would have done more to deserve to win, and also,
okay. So,
like, his arms are not up yet. Like the whistle might be blowing there.
Neither of their arms are up. Everyone is still thinking he's probably getting back up. First of all, not an egregious hit by all. No. He literally fell into him. And well done. Still, no whistle was after the fact.
Yeah.
And no, it's not late. It's not late to me. It's not. You don't know what that is.
You don't get to do whatever that motion is.
No,
like, that's just
especially the leg out.
That is not a football play. You're not on the ground.
I don't know if I've ever seen a quarterback do that.
No. Again, smart play. You take away a chance to fumble, but
you go down.
Yeah, at that point, you have to lay down and give yourself up. You don't get to like be standing. This is like the quarterback who is taunting around, taking a knee like 4 yards behind the line of scrimmage when the game's out of reach or whatever in victory formation, and then gets smacked and then wants to bitch about it. Yeah.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
No, that's what
you don't get.
Yes, to do that. Exactly.
That's exactly what this is.
There's two things this reminds me of. One, as a defender, you have to keep going because I don't know if you guys remember Mike Vick did the whole fake slide thing. Yeah. Legitimately slid, got up and ran.
Yeah.
Which I don't think you can do anymore.
No.
But also then Kenny Pickett, again, why college changed that rule. You can't half-ass it. Right. You can't fake people out because that's what's going on here. Right. I would blatantly say that he would probably get back up if these guys would have just kept running. I just, they didn't call him down. None of that. That's bullshit. And then don't do this. You didn't make a play.
Right.
This, to me, his reaction means he deked them on purpose.
Right.
He did this on purpose to get that. Had nothing to do with football.
And he's clearly injured.
He's hurt really bad.
Oh, hey, watch out.
You even did it on that side.
Jeez.
You even did it on that side. So, he's a douche in my book. That's the end of our it's the end of our Twitter feed. Twitter. Hey, we got up to 3? Look at us. Maybe this live will take off eventually.
You just look at it. Well, you just look at it. Still don't look like you.
Still don't look like me.
That's good. Better for you than it is for me.
Yeah. Well.
All right. God, I sure hope our picks are better this week than the one.
I'm scared. I'm scared to make them. So I didn't know what to do with them this week. Did you? If you want to throw them action, go right ahead.
No, I picked the same 3 games you did. I literally looked, and before I looked at what you'd posted, and I was like, all right, well, these are the 3 games I would have. And so yeah, we mirrored. We mirrored that, even though none of the 3 really excite me. I'd be more excited if I thought that any of these teams could contend in the college football playoff, which I just don't think they can, unfortunately.
No, but
yeah.
So I guess we'll start with it's not even the game of the week, but I think it has the most implications because I think the other 4 aren't in. No matter, maybe USC, but TCU Baylor line at 2.5. If you're the number 4 team, I don't think you should only be that favored. Although I need to recheck lines while we do this.
I mean, remember TCU was plus 225 last week against Texas, who's lost 5 games. So no respect for that team at all.
You're not wrong.
They've got the most top 25 wins in college football.
They detected a copyright.
Strongest.
How did you detect a copyright? We didn't do anything. It just said warning.
Oh, gotcha.
Maybe
strongest strength of schedule for those teams. TCU is just getting no respect because they play in the Big 12 and because of who they are. Also, they don't have a great game control metric.
No.
So that's why they are battered and beaten when it comes to the overall Vegas lines and stuff like that. That being said, I'm not spending a lot of time on these games this week because I don't want to overthink them or underthink them. May just be shitty again, but I'm taking TCU to win and cover the 2.5 against Baylor, simply because I think they're a better football team than Baylor is at this point.
Line got bumped to 57.5.
It did indeed. I agree.
So, does that change things for you?
No, I'm still taking the over in that game.
All right, as am I. I'm doing TCU over as well. Okay, we're going with the week of not overthinking. I like it.
Utah, Oregon, number 10, Utah, number 12, Oregon. Again, based on AP, I believe that is.
Yeah.
Utah at Oregon, Oregon -3.
The hell is this game? Oh,
at home, 61.5.
62.5.
Oh, it went up too? I just checked that this afternoon. Maybe it hadn't moved. Is that
62.5.
where's that at? FanDuel?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one hadn't moved, but the other two had because this one's at 75.5, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
So Utah, Oregon, 62.5. Oregon 3-point favorites at home. Honestly, thought I had Oregon figured out a little bit. This would have been a game that I would have expected out of Utah, possibly being a team that could figure out how to disrupt them, not Washington. So now I don't know.
I don't know.
Knicks didn't get hurt in that game. I mean, nothing happened, right?
I have no idea what in terms of the score. I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. I guess I'll go back to the board here.
I'm gonna go Oregon.
Oregon at home, and it's only 3 points. So
I'm also gonna do Oregon at home.
Yeah, I don't have any.
I don't.
It's Pac-12, so
that's why I'm gonna go over. It's because it's Pac-12.
Oregon to cover.
Yeah.
And an over. And Oregon and Utah 62.5. That does not seem like enough points. 35-30 seems like an easy score for that game to be without any type of.
And it'll be 17-13.
Sure.
Something shit.
Last game, another Pac-12 game, which is why these games are so unenthusing. You've got number 7 USC still in the playoff hunt.
The only Pac-12 remaining.
Yes.
In the hunt.
In the playoff hunt. 1.5 point favorites at UCLA. Maybe some fans will actually show up to this game.
Doubtful.
I am riding USC simply because I picked them at the beginning of the year as my dark horse playoff team, and they still have a chance. But no other reason. I don't have faith that they would win and or do something in this game. I'm going to go with an under because it's 75.5 points. But also don't know why I'm doing that. So,
well, we've been on this streak of just picking together.
The same?
Yeah.
Sorry. Are you staying on it then?
I'm going to have to because I'm going USC, and I'm not betting on them. I want everyone to know this.
Right.
This is for us. Because I want there to be like some playoff stuff for us to talk about.
Right.
And so I'm going to go USC, and 75.5. If I ever take over 75.5, immediate shitty shot.
Yep.
And then a shitty shot regardless if I win or lose.
That's fair.
Okay, because that'd be dumb. That'd just be dumb of us.
So yeah, didn't spend a lot of time. A couple of Pac-12 games there and a Big 12 game that
it's next weekend is what we're all gearing up for. Or is it next week or the weekend after?
No, next week is kind of when it starts. Yeah, Michigan, Ohio State.
So bear with us as we get to that.
So best bets for the week. I'm going to start it out with my Maction. We've got Ohio playing at Ball State tonight. Okay. They're minus 182. So I'm going to jump in on.
I love Maction.
Ohio.
OHIO.
Minus 182.
Minus 170.
Either way. Go Bobcats.
Go Bobcats. Oh, you know where College Game Day is this week? Montana State.
Nice. Good for them.
Yeah, I know. It's going to be great. Yeah, I'm going to ride with TCU, minus 152. Okay. I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't hate that at all.
I really don't get it.
Spread lock. And my weekly shout out to Spencer Petras. Offense did not play well this week, but mostly had to do with bad O-line play and a couple of drops. Petrus, I thought, was serviceable again for the Hawkeyes. Hawks won again. Defense has a score. Defense has a blocked punt. 40-some yard punt return. Iowa's offense was like 146 yards, and Cooper DeJean, who was their punt returner, fumble recovery, and interception, had 114 yards. And Iowa wins by 2 scores.
That's what happened.
Just like they drew it up, Iowa is now 3 wins away from the Rose Bowl for those scoring at home and those who had them dead in the water. They are a Minnesota victory on the road, Nebraska victory, and an upset of the Ohio State-Michigan game from the Rose Bowl, which you can say what you want. The fact that
impressive. First of all,
the chance is probably going to happen is
we didn't talk
pretty
about
asinine.
obviously we didn't talk about the Big Ten and picking earlier in the year, but like of the West, who would you have picked?
I mean, probably Wisconsin
or Iowa.
Yeah.
So like
it's just kind of every year.
So like for them to get there, it's like, oh yeah, you should have been there.
Right.
How bad they're
how they
to
got
get
there?
Yeah. Insane in the membrane.
Their defense is currently giving up 3.81 yards per play, which is the lowest ever since they started tracking that number in college football. If they are to continue it throughout the regular season.
Sounds pretty good.
To be in the top 25, they could give up another yard. There's another 1.2 yards they could give up per play and still be in a top 25 defense in the country on yards per play.
Jeez.
So just kind of a little shout out to the Iowa defense. We don't talk much Iowa State for obvious reasons because the programs are not doing much this year, but
they're not.
My weekly shout out is Iowa is plus 2.5 at a terrible Minnesota team, and I will take the Hawkeyes this weekend at plus 2.5. Also, I don't know what to do with this, but it's a number that you will very rarely see. The over/under. Do you want to take have you seen what that number is?
I saw it tweeted like 35.5.
No, it's 32.5.
Jeez. Oh, jeez.
32.5. So are you going above or below freezing is basically what it comes down to. That number seems too low to me.
There'll be more points scored than that.
But I'm not touching that
I won't
when it comes to Iowa or Minnesota because both teams have the prolific offensive ability to score 0. So therefore, that's how 32.5 gets put on a line for them. I am going Big Ten over/under lock though.
Okay.
Once you find your spread lock there.
Nothing.
There's not a lot popping this week. I can tell you that, bud.
There's not a lot.
If I put in Iowa in there,
we're all in trouble.
Desperate times and measures.
You know what? I'm gonna ride my Navy train again.
The Navy train.
Yeah, they're plus 16.5. Central Florida, and I don't think Central Florida is ready for a Navy train.
All right. Fair enough.
And that's simply because I made that pick last week. So there's that. I think we all know where Stoy's going to go with the over-under. Not going to get fancy with it. There's only one game that's at
75.5.
Yep. That is far too many points.
I'm like I said, I'm going to the Big Ten, and we've got Illinois at Michigan.
Okay.
Illinois has been a top 5, top 3 defense all year. Points allowed, stuff like that. Purdue exposed them a little bit last week. I expect Michigan to do the same this week. Illinois also has a little bit of firepower in the running back position. Can throw it, move the ball down the field a little bit. That number's at 42.5 right now. Seems a little low to me. Specifically, Michigan in the second half really likes to put points up on teams. I see this being a 28-17, 35-14 type of game. And at 42.5, that number's just a little low for my liking on what I think Michigan will want to and eventually do in wearing down Illinois over the course of that game.
Okay. I can't hate that. Just sticking in the Big Ten. I love it.
Yeah.
I love that. Someone's got to get some love every now and again.
And D-Gen pick of the week. And so D-Gen it is.
I got nothing.
You'll like mine. I am going with the in-state pick'em, an Iowa State parlay. Iowa to beat Minnesota. Iowa State to beat Texas Tech is plus 244. So
it's got to be an early game. Where's the hell's Iowa State game?
Yeah, I think they're both early.
The hell did I go? Come out. There's Iowa. Oh, it's a 6 p.m. game. 2:44. There you go. Iowa homer. By the way, you going to the high school football championship?
Via my couch, yes.
Okay, good. Your alma mater's playing, huh?
Yeah. Take down the Valley Tigers.
Man, they've been on a run to get to where they're at.
They have been.
Jeez. I wanted to pick them, but I'm not going to. Okay, State. Like, I can't trust you to do anything in life anymore. Wow. Wow. You know what? Let me get some action. Yep.
Little action parlay?
Give me,
or are you just going one-teamer?
Give me Eastern Michigan at plus 235. Do I want to go with two-teamer? Do I do it?
I mean, not if you've got a plus 235 already.
I know, but yeah, just give me them.
Eastern Michigan plus 235.
Let's go, Coach Creighton.
Who are they playing?
Don't lose me money. Kent State.
All right.
Do you hear me?
Like
Don't
that.
lose me money.
Like that. All right, college football. There it is. Enjoy it if you have a dog in the hunt this weekend. I don't know. I don't see myself really settling in. I'll watch some college football here and there, but this is not the week to dive into it, I don't think.
No, which is kind of a bummer because since I haven't been able to eat, on Friday, I'm doing a brisket.
Oh, nice.
And best part is it's going to take me all day Friday. Yeah. So then I'm going to let it rest most of the day Saturday. And so Saturday is going to be all brisket. I'm going to do collard greens, mac and cheese, cornbread.
Oh, look at you.
I just can't think of what to do for like dessert. So, and yeah, that's what I'm doing this weekend because I haven't been able to eat. And so we're going to eat. We're going to eat.
All right.
Woo-wee. All right, NFL.
Jumping right in.
Yeah, then we can. I probably need a drink. And then we'll get into the recap stuff or the midseason.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this one's fun. Tennessee Packers.
Yeah.
The Titans are 3-point dogs.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why.
Tennessee 6-3, Packers 4-6. Games in Green Bay.
Ooh, I need to see
that's where you're getting.
It's still 3. It's 41 now, by the way.
41. Yep. Had that. So over under is 41. This game's in Green Bay. Tennessee is going to do what Dallas would not, and that is run the football and wear down Tennessee and not let one receiver run through their entire defense.
You mean wear down the
can't
Packers?
Do anything. Tennessee's going to win this game.
Yeah.
Packers are going to go back to being the Packers.
Correct. And I'm taking the Thursday night under because, well, I don't even care if it's that low. I just certain things you stick to.
You and I just on the same page again.
We are pick for pick. That is going to be really good or really, really bad.
Bears Falcons.
Excuse me.
Bears +3. So Falcons 3-point home favorites 50.5. Is the over under.
God, the heavy money on the Falcons right now too. Why? I don't want to pick it.
It's your Falcons, man.
I don't want to do it.
These are your Falcons.
I could not hype this one up if I tried.
Your hot Atlanta Falcons.
I would be excited if it was Fields versus Ritter. Like we could see some excitement.
Okay. Don't be cheating on my paper.
I have nothing to say about this game. I don't think it's going over.
You don't think it's going over? Okay.
I mean, it could very easily.
But you're going under.
I'm going
under 50 and a half.
This looks like a game that's going to be just sloppy as all get out.
Okay. I'm going over. So just so you know.
That's good.
Okay.
We separated.
I
think it's just going to be sloppy by both teams.
Okay.
One quarterback might throw it from his ass.
Yeah.
I'll let you decide which quarterback that'll be.
Yeah.
I'll pick us to win. I'll pick us to cover. I'm just a homer pick.
Going homer pick across the board.
Just straight homer pick.
Sweet.
I've been 0 for 2 in picking them this season. Might as well make it 0 for 3.
Yep. Bears are riding a hot hand. Both teams can score. I expect this game actually to be entertaining, but I expect Fields has been good.
Yeah, yeah.
The Bears' offense has been entertaining.
It sure has.
The Falcons' offense has been entertaining at times.
No, the last 2 games.
Right, but the Bears' defense allows other teams' offenses to be entertaining.
This is why I said it's going to be sloppy.
So that's why I'm going with the over.
I'm going sloppy. You're going entertaining and efficient.
I think
going
Chicago
sloppy.
Finds a way to win this game.
Probably a game-winning field goal.
By
3. They'll win by.
I don't even think 3. Like, I see this game as like this. Chicago finds a way to score like 29, 32,
if they
34.
score 20, if they score that,
so it's going to be like
10,
34, 33.
Okay.
Or something crazy like that. It's going to be
all right.
But I will take the Bears to win. Bears.
I'm thinking there's gonna be like 6 total turnovers.
So. I mean, there might be, but
because if that happens, then
I'll go under if there's that many turnovers.
It's just not good. Before we get to your game, I just want to mention the Browns Bills. And the reason I want to bring that up is because I think the forecast, I've read it on Twitter. The one of the forecasts had there being a ton of wind and like 6 inches to a foot or so of snow on Sunday.
Oh, jeez. That would sound like a Browns-Bills game.
Mm-hmm. So I just had to bring that out.
Which would be favor Browns for sure?
Yeah. Sure would.
So.
Ooh, that field's going to be sloppy.
Yeah.
But if it holds up, we'll see. Weather never holds up. So, but I thought that was interesting. If you're betting that, pay attention to the weather on that one. Don't pay attention to the weather on this one.
Cowboys-Vikings. Cowboys.
Let's go Vikings. Skull.
As mentioned up top, the Cowboys are 1.5 point favorites.
I don't get that.
In Minnesota, to the team tied with the best record in football. Now Dallas does have a history of being better on
being better on the road.
But I don't see how. I mean, even if it's 1.5 Vikings, I don't see how this is a Cowboys being a favorite
at all. Nothing makes sense.
It doesn't make sense.
It's a Vikings home game. Yeah. Vikings are the hottest team in the NFL in terms of wins. You just didn't show up against the Packers coming off a bye.
Yeah.
Like where does that scream Cowboys favorites?
Right.
So go ahead, load me up on the Vikings because I am a Vikings fan. I wear purple. Dak just doesn't. Your offense just looks. Confused.
They look.
I don't get it. I just.
Do they look Dak-luster?
Yes.
I don't like this pick, but Dallas finds a way to win in Minnesota. Well, I mean, it's 1.5.
That's fair.
You don't really have
to.
Yeah.
You have to.
So.
Now 47.5. No, this is. Yeah. Yeah, this is a 27-24 game, so give me the over.
I'll agree with you there.
And literally 27-24 either way. I don't.
Yeah, nope, I don't disagree with that.
I'm just wearing purple and have to represent the Vikings because resident Vikings fan is.
Yeah, I would like to have more thoughts on this game, but Dallas's defense has played well enough at times this year to be able to give Minnesota trouble, and Minnesota has struggled through games. Yes, they found
struggled
ways
through
to
it.
win. And if Dallas can run the ball and do what they do, like both of these teams have the potential to do something to win and or lose the game. Also, most likely it'll come down to a call against or for one of the teams. And, refereeing will win the day, which is what I'm really looking forward to. Said no one ever.
Zeke back? No.
Doesn't matter.
Just asking.
I don't know. I don't care anymore.
Okay,
I don't
good.
even look anymore. Somebody asked me that on my birthday. We were out on Saturday. Yeah, my buddy's like, hey, Zeke playing for you guys this weekend? I'm like, I don't care. He's like, I was just asking for my fantasy. And I'm like, dude, I really don't care.
Because
like,
Pollard's better.
And I'm like, well, I mean, Pollard's better and Brown's just as good as Zeke in the backfield.
And Pollard's on my fantasy, so I'm good. Let's ride.
Exactly.
Come on, Broncos.
Sunday Night Football, Chiefs at Chargers. Chiefs 6.5 point favorites on the road against the Chargers, which that's not even a road game. 50 is the total there.
Did I miss it? What just happened? Yep, 6.5, 50 still.
I think Kansas City
Kansas City is my Super Bowl pick, so clearly give me KC.
You think they're covering the 6.5?
Yeah.
As do I. These two teams do play close games, though. That scares me a little bit.
They do. 50.
I just have not been impressed with the Chargers.
No, but the Chargers will put up 17 to 20 themselves.
I do like the over.
Just matter where. Yeah, me too.
Excuse me.
Just Kansas City gets to 30. It'll be over.
And then last and least, the 49ers -8 at the Cardinals.
That's I don't like that number. At all.
It looks like Murray's 50-50 at best right now.
Colt McCoy's better.
And I don't know that McCoy hurts them that much playing in this game. It diversifies their weapons more. And Murray hasn't been exactly getting along with all his teammates, as we've seen from some sideline bantering.
Aren't they on the midseason? Aren't they Hard Knocks midseason? Have you watched it? Has it out yet?
I don't know.
It's gonna be good because they're a cluster.
I am going with the under. 43.5, not a large number, but division rivalry, possible backup QB. 49ers have been just trying to play ball control. I can definitely see this being a 23-17 type of game.
Yeah, give me the over. There's going to be some stupid scoring.
Okay.
Late for no apparent reason.
Gotcha.
Because I was thinking 23.
We're both on the 49ers?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. I was thinking 23-17, 2017 area, but I think something stupid's going to happen.
All right. So you get that final score like we got the other night.
Yep. I don't think it's be that egregious, but it's going to be something stupid.
Go like 45, something like that. All right. And spread is 8. I don't like the spread at 8.
I hate it
in the division game.
I hate it at 8. I have to go Cardinals. I can't.
Right. It feels like a hedge game.
I just cannot.
Like I said 23-17. So therefore, that puts me where it puts me.
It puts me where it puts me.
24-17 does the same. And I feel fine with both of those things and the 49ers winning the game that way. So, yes, we both are on the 49ers there with Arizona covering the 8. You're on the over. I am on the under of 43.5 into our NFL best bets.
Did you see the Jets are 3.5 dogs at the Patriots?
I'm rooting for what I would call, like Jets, I think Houston. There's a handful of what I would call minor, not major dogs, minor dogs that I root maybe isn't even the right word, but like the Rams, I think Saints, I think the Rams will win. Like I think the Texans have a good chance of beating the Commanders this weekend.
These three right here.
The Jets. Even there was one further down when I was scrolling. The Bears would fit in that.
The Bears, category. The Raiders,
the Raiders. Have a shot. Yep.
Vikings because they're underdogs.
Right. So,
like literally 1, 2. There's 5 games in this middle. 6 games that are.
So there was a lot of that. Ultimately, needed to decide: is Las Vegas done, or are they going to rally around the coach?
Well, if you're gonna rally, this is the week to do it because you're playing the Broncos.
So you're at Denver. So you're playing outdoors in potentially meh weather. Or potentially fine weather. You know, I mean
40 degrees, sunny.
Yeah. So but at the end of the day, like,
I don't know.
am I gonna trust Vegas to win that game?
No, but I'll promise you that's a stay away game.
Yeah, but I mean it's also one of the few games.
Touching it.
I mean, I don't like it either. But I mean, I need a money line locked in.
I know. I was trying to find one.
Yeah. You know who my other option is? Houston against Washington.
Yeah, it's gonna have to be a dog money line lock.
Yeah.
It's a lock. It's a lock that it's a dog money line lock.
You know what? I'm doing it. Denver minus 146 over
Denver.
Vegas, over Wheeling Vegas. Who's your dog lock?
You mean my?
You believe in or do you believe in the Giants?
I do.
That's the question. Okay.
So
that's your
G-Man.
Giants are minus 162?
Yeah. And really mainly because the Lions can't win 3
against
in a row.
the Lions.
Yeah. They're not going to win 3 in a row. I mean, when was the last time the Lions won 3 in a row? Let's be real.
Yep. So spread lock.
Oh, yeah. Lock me in on the Browns at plus 8.5. And it's because of the weather.
Cleveland.
Oh, it's in Buffalo?
Yeah. Yes. That's where it's going to snow so much.
Well, that's I typed in the
doesn't
wrong.
matter.
I typed in the wrong city when I did the.
You were wondering why you couldn't find 8 inches of snow in Cleveland?
Yeah, I was like, what the hell's but they were getting 6. So like it wasn't off, but it's actually not on Sunday anymore. Now it's just the weekend. Well, I mean that all could be. That's not. They're gonna
right.
They're gonna be a lot of snow, but it's not gonna be affecting that game.
Mm.
But I
still want that?
No, I don't. I'm back out of that one.
All right.
So give me the Panthers at 12.5 because Baker's starting against the Ravens.
Plus 12.5 against Baltimore.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I am taking the Jets.
I like it.
Plus 3.5 against New England.
New England clam chowder.
And over under.
This one's tough. This one's a tough one.
I have the Los Angeles Rams and New Orleans Saints. New Orleans. They're at 38.5 for a pro football
Seems
game.
Low as shit.
They're playing that game indoors.
I know.
They didn't open the roof on the Superdome. This is an NFL football game with 2 at least average offenses. Slightly below average, but not terrible. At 38.5 points.
Mm-hmm.
I got to go over.
Yeah. You do.
That one jumped off the page to me.
You're not.
Cooper Kupp probably not playing. Fine. I just don't see how both those teams don't get to 20 points.
You're not wrong. Yeah. Well, there's a lot of not good stuff here. Not a lot of good stuff. You know what? Reality check. You've been on sports page, but you won't make a bet for 30 minutes. Yeah, thank you.
But if you made bets, it wouldn't be a reality check.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a reality check at all. Give me Browns Bills under 43.5. Weather's going to be a factor, so I'm just going to write in that.
43.5.
Yeah, give me the under because I rarely pick the over.
All right. My DGen pick, after all of this talk about underdogs liking different teams in that role, I couldn't decide which ones I wanted to pick or not pick. So I went with a 4 favorite parlay. They got me to 225.
Wow.
Yeah. So this is the the amateurs the amateurs everyone loves to do at parlay. Buffalo, Philly, Cincinnati, and Kansas City all winning gets me to 225. And that would be Buffalo beating Cleveland, Philadelphia beating Indianapolis, Cincinnati beating Pittsburgh, and Kansas City beating the Chargers.
He's not wrong. Gets him to 225.
Right. But yeah, felt like cheating a little bit. Did not feel like any type of expert pick.
I want to just go full degen, but I don't know if I will. Give me Rams Jets plus 543. And camera, which I won't be able to zoom in on because I don't know how. Gonna put a $5 free bet on it too. I just did it.
Rams and Jets to win.
Yes, sir.
All right, plus 543.
Yes, sir.
Love that.
Love it.
Those are our hopefully better picks of the week.
Well, to be fair, the picks of the week were
they were
fine.
Part. Yeah,
they were fine. It's the other ones.
Better picks in general.
All right.
Let's see.
Overall standings. Is that what you wanted?
Wait, Matt Ryan, quarterback.
Over 3 wins.
Over 3 wins.
Shitty shot call with Saturday's coach. And we have one.
You took over 3, right?
Mm-hmm.
Damn you. I knew there was I just didn't remember if we had.
Good.
All right. And jumping into the NFL
mid-season
recap. All right.
Let's go ahead and look at where we're at. We'll just start with our teams, and then I guess we can talk about the playoff picks that need to be adjusted.
Yeah.
So the Falcons are off to clearly a better start than anticipated. Their over-under was at 4.5. I told you guys to pound the over at plus 100. If you have, you're sitting happy. They need 1 win. They need 1 win in 7 games, and they play the Bears, Commanders, Steelers, Saints, Ravens, Cardinals, Bucks. And if you've watched them play, except for the last 2 weeks, they're going to get one of those.
Yeah.
They will get one of those, probably 2 of those. None of them really scare me except for the Ravens. They're all beatable, and they all can beat us.
Right.
So, overall, as the Falcons stand, they're way ahead of where they should have been for this year, which bodes very well going into next season. We're going to get a high draft pick, clearly. We're going to have like $100 million to spend with a core of a team that's been through it, and it's going to look better. The issue still stands. Who's going to be the quarterback? The problem that we still have answered is Ritter the future or not? If you don't get him in these games, which I think the late bye week is probably what they're going into.
Right.
If they're out by if they're out by week 15, then he's coming in. But you have to, because you can't go into the high draft picks with these quarterbacks coming out without knowing who you have.
Right.
Or you just say, F it, we'll ride with them, and then we'll have 2 good ones. Who knows? So that's where we stand. As a fan, I'm happy. I'm happy where they're at. Happy where the defense is at. We got playmakers we don't get the ball to. And overall, the Falcons are going to be scrappy, and the future is pretty bright for them, specifically with the NFC South looking not good and continually not getting better. So that's good. Good for us. Go Falcons. To put the boys.
Yeah. The Cowboys 6-3. Kind of right where you'd say they were going to be. Overall, going to end up somewhere in that 10-11 win range. You've got Vikings, Giants, Colts, Texans, Jaguars. You should win 4 out of 5 of those games, which gets you the 10 right there. And then you've got Eagles, Titans, Commanders to finish. Might win 1. I mean, you should be at a minimum of 10 wins with the remaining schedule. To go 4-4 would be bad,
It wouldn't be good.
but 6-3 would be fine. So 12-win team's great. I just
You had the over-runs at 10.5. You had them under.
I had them at 10.
You said that they still get 10?
Yeah, which will put them into the playoffs. So no concerns there.
Right.
But yeah,
Division winner off the table?
Philadelphia's been too good.
Okay.
Built too big a lead. Where Philadelphia may stumble like they did last night, but Dallas will also have their stumbles.
Like
just
they did.
not a complete enough like they did against the
Like they
Packers. So, which you wouldn't say. I mean, at the Packers was a loss every time you look at it during the regular season or preseason stuff like that. So
you got what? Vikings, Giants, Colts, Texans, Jags, Eagles, Titans, Commanders?
Yeah, it's not a juggernaut of a schedule remaining.
No.
Like you said, you look at that and you see 5 victories.
Yeah.
Without really blinking there, but in true Cowboys fashion, we'll probably find a way to uck up a couple of those.
Yeah, you'll probably lose to the Texans at home.
Yeah, right. So
because it's at home.
Mm-hmm. All the Texans fans will travel over and watch the game at
Correct. It'll be loud.
AT&T Stadium. So
well, this one we can do for the Vikings. This one's easy. Their over under was at 8.5.
Yeah, and we all had them on the over.
So that'll be okay. We didn't have division winner, although they will win the division unless something just catastrophic happens.
Yeah.
Their setup has Cowboys, Patriots for Thanksgiving. You don't have a Thanksgiving game? That's got to be a Thanksgiving Giants game, right?
It is.
Okay. We just didn't type it in. I was like, there's no way that's not happening.
It's Thanksgiving.
Then they got Jets, Lions, Colts, Giants, Packers, Bears.
They've got 3, 4 more wins there without
2. I see 3 potential losses like that. I would be like,
I mean, I think they're a 12-win football team.
Yeah.
And division winner.
Yeah, absolutely. So Vikings sitting pretty. Everyone should be happy.
So overall, as we look at it, I don't know how deep you want to dive into teams we had in or out of the playoffs, or if you just want to look at currently what we have as far as standings, and then pick from there. I guess give me your thoughts on that.
I'll pull up the standings. We'll go through it. By the way, I'm pretty sure one of the stitches is coming free.
Fun.
And it's right where my tongue, the corner of my tongue.
Oh, yeah.
I can't quit playing with it. So.
Right. You got it pulled up. I've got it highlighted on my sheet.
Can I zoom? How do you zoom in?
It's like Apple Plus.
This is not even an Apple.
Window Plus.
Window Plus? Nope, it's not Window. Alt Plus? Oh, Alt. You said Plus. I was scrolling. We're good. This should work. All right. Let's move on over to the AFC.
AFC. So 7 teams make it from each side, which is a little bit of a change. I still have to train myself that it's not 6.
6, yeah.
With having the 2 technical wild card games, playing games, if you will. Now the Dolphins in the AFC East 7-3, Jets 6-3, Bills 6-3, Patriots 5-4. I can make a strong case. This is the strongest division in football. Dolphins have surprised us. Tua is playing like a top 3 quarterback in the NFL right now. His receivers are elite, and the defense is good enough to close out football games. Jets are a quarterback away, in my opinion. The Bills will be there in the end, and the Patriots are the Patriots. So give me your thoughts on this division, and let's start with, who do you think wins the division?
Whew. I would love to say the Bills, but the Dolphins are sitting pretty with I wanted to look at the rest remaining of their schedule without screwing up what we're looking at.
Yeah. I can tell you, I glanced at the schedules. Most of these teams play fairly similar schedules.
Yeah.
Here on out, there's one team in a different division that plays a clearly more difficult schedule that I actually thought would have a better chance to make the playoffs, but their schedule dictates that they may not. What's going to have to happen is you're going to have to get to 10 wins in the AFC. And that is going to be a lot of 50-50 victories are going to be what put those teams over to getting them to 10 wins here down the stretch in every division.
Man, that is tough.
So
That's a tough. It really is a tough one. To me, it's Bills Dolphins because of Jets quarterback play. And how have they surprised me? Absolutely.
yeah,
I just think they falter late. Patriots will falter late because they still have 2 against the Bills in itself. You know what? I had the Dolphins go in the playoffs. I didn't have them winning the division, but I'm gonna give them the nod. They'll win the division. They've got the leg up now.
Okay.
So again, similar schedules overall.
Yeah.
But I just think. Oh, actually, there's one thing I want
The
to.
Bills are currently 0-2 in the division, so that is a kind of a big deal. The Jets are 2-1, Dolphins are 2-1, and Patriots are 1-1. I think the Bills find a way to right this ship, though. I think the Bills win the division. I think the Dolphins are the second team in. I think the Jets falter late, and Patriots, for the same reasons you talked about, just aren't able to find a way in. So we both have the same 2 teams making out of that division. With the Bills and the Dolphins.
That's fair.
And on to the AFC North. We've got the Ravens at 6-3, Bengals at 5-4, and both the Steelers and the Browns at 3-6. The big thing here is that the Bengals are 0-3 in the conference.
Yeah.
So if for some way the Browns or the Steelers, for that matter, were able to turn it around in the second half, they would have a leg up. I don't think either one of us see that happening.
No.
The Ravens are 2-0. I think we both have the Ravens winning this conference.
Correct.
Do you have the Bengals making the playoffs?
I did, and I still do.
Okay, as do I. 5-4. Seemingly have found some stuff since a lot of early struggles. Not to say that they're perfect by any means, but I think they find a way into the playoffs because of quarterback play and experience from last year.
Mm-hmm.
AFC West, or no, wait, AFC South. Let's do the South first.
Yeah.
Titans 6-3. 3-0 in the division, most importantly. So even if their teams were to make a little bit of a turnaround, the Colts were turning around with Saturday. The Colts are 4-5-1. Jacksonville's 3-7, and Houston's 1-7-1. Tennessee wins the division. Only team in the division getting in the playoffs in your mind? Or do you see the Colts having a chance here?
I'm looking up the remaining schedule.
I got you.
If I could.
Yeah. I assume you're looking at the remaining schedule for the Colts to see if they have any chance of making the playoffs.
Yeah.
So we're both in agreement there on Tennessee.
God, they have 3 tough games left. Yeah. Just because those 2 games without Matt Ryan screwed up the Colts, it's going to have to be Tennessee. So
that takes us to the final division, the AFC West, which we thought was going to be the toughest division in football going in. Has not ended up being the case whatsoever. The Chiefs looking like one of the best teams in football right now, and definitely the best team in that division, going to seemingly run away with that division again. 7-2, Chargers 5-4, Broncos 3-6, Raiders 2-7. Those 2 teams are completely out of it. I've got the Chiefs winning the division. You have the Chiefs winning the division. Probably our pick right now in the AFC to go to the Super Bowl. Some things can change with that, but for right now, that's kind of what we're looking at. Big question here.
Does one of the other teams get to the playoffs?
So really what it comes down to is you've got, in my mind, you've got the Chargers. Whoever doesn't win the AFC East, so in your mind, the Bills, the Jets, and the Patriots, along with the Bengals, fighting those 3 spots for 5-ish teams.
Yep.
If you think the Patriots are going to be in there, I don't think they're going to be in there. So you would have 3 spots for 4 teams, basically. Jets, Bills, Bengals, Chargers, 3 out of 4 get in. So
I know what team's out.
The Jets are the team that I have put out.
Put the Chargers out.
The Chargers are the team that I wanted to put out. They have the toughest schedule remaining. But I cannot trust the quarterback in
Zach Wilson?
New York.
Can't trust him?
Can't trust him.
They'll be fine. I can't trust the Chargers team.
That's fine. I just think that the Chargers are going to get to play the Broncos and get to play the Raiders. The Jets, when they play their division, they get to play the Patriots and they get to play the Bills, and and so
not wrong.
That's not to say that some of their other teams might be a little bit easier.
Right.
However, as a season wears on, a little bit of that experience and stuff like that goes a long ways as far as being able to find a way to win games. I think Herbert has a little more of that ability than old Zachy boy at this point. So
yeah, that's fair.
That's my 7 teams in the AFC are the Dolphins, Bills, Ravens, Bengals, Titans, Chiefs, and Chargers are my end of season playoff predictions.
Yeah, we kind of just went to this thing.
Yes, at this point, 2 of my 7 are not in the playoffs. But
it's all good.
So NFC.
Yeah, let's get to the NFC.
Same breakdown here. NFC East, strongest division in.
No one had that.
The NFC. And
no one bought that square. Nobody.
No, 0 squares.
Not nobody
were purchased for that. NFC East, AFC East, 2 strongest divisions in football. So there's that for you. Philadelphia 8-1. I just don't see any. I don't believe in the Giants at all, and I don't think the Cowboys are catching the Eagles. So I will have the Eagles winning that division. I do have all 3, the Giants, Eagles, and Cowboys making the playoffs. The NFC is that bad in general.
What?
Yeah, they have too many wins at this point. The Giants already have 7 wins. The Giants need 3 more. If you have 10 wins, you're getting in the playoffs.
You are 100% getting in the playoffs with 10 wins in the NFC.
So, and we looked at the Cowboys, and it's really hard for us to not give them 11.
They're not wrong.
Just give them 11.
Yeah.
And I had them under.
You're not wrong.
And I mean,
like, they're gonna make it.
The Cowboys are getting 10. Giants are getting 10. Philadelphia is sure as hell getting 10.
We're gonna have 3.
So we can't even disagree on this.
Can't.
So there's 3 out of the 7 right there.
Debatable might 4. I'm not even. I can't call that out.
You can't even count Washington out.
You can't count them out. No,
and they're 5-5 right now.
Yeah.
So I've got 3 in.
I mean, they are the 6th team.
Right.
Anywho, so that's easy.
Yeah.
NFC North, easier. It's the Vikings at 8-1.
Yep, they're in.
They're in.
Division winners.
Packers are still alive.
Any chance they make the playoffs in your mind?
A slim chance because the NFC is so bad.
They get to 10 wins?
No, they're not getting to 10. But also an 8-win team's going to make it.
You think?
Yeah, look at the crap that's going on. You think the Bucs are getting to 10 wins?
They don't have to. They're going to win their division.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, they can still get in with 8.
Well, let's get through all of them, and then we'll hash it because this will hash itself out. So right now we've got 3 in the East, we've got 1 in the North, so we're up to 4. The NFC South, the Tampa Bay Bucks currently leading at 5-5. Atlanta Falcons 4-6. Carolina and New Orleans both at 3-7.
Not good.
Tampa Bay is going to win this division because Tom Brady, because the Bucks have been there. They'll find a way to. Whether they need 9 or 10 wins, they'll find a way to get there.
Get in.
They'll win that. They'll win the division.
Let's not be crazy.
So there is our 5th team in, and some other contenders, and the NFC West.
We didn't even talk about the West.
Is
to scroll.
The last division there, NFC. Currently, Seattle Seahawks leading that division at 6-4.
They are the better football team.
49ers hot on their heels at 5-4, getting healthier, playing a little bit better defense. Cardinals at 4-6, doing whatever it is that they do, and the Rams at 3-6.
Defending champs are out.
Seemingly out of it.
Out.
I have both Seattle and San Francisco being in. I have San Francisco finding a way to overtake them to win that division.
Okay.
So I think the wild cards are Seattle and the 2 NFC East teams behind Philadelphia, which would be Dallas and the Giants, are my 7 teams in the NFC.
The Giants.
So
G-Man.
This comes back to, can the Packers make up 3 games on the Giants, 2 games on San Francisco, or 3 or more games on Dallas or Seattle. That my thought is Seattle's 6-4. They're going to get to 10 wins.
Mm-hmm.
San Francisco's 5-4. They're going to get to 10 wins. Tampa Bay's going to win their division. I don't care how many wins they have. Minnesota's going to win their division. Philadelphia's going to win their division. And the Giants and Cowboys are both getting to 10 wins, as we talked about. Therefore, the Packers get locked out because I don't think the Packers.
No, man, the Niners have such an easy schedule left.
The Packers aren't going 6-2 to finish the year.
No.
So, therefore, they have struggled enough that they can no longer win their way in.
Yeah, no. Nope. I agree. Wholeheartedly.
So
I was trying everything to come up with something
a different scenario there, but
different scenario. I mean, these are the teams that are in.
So our only difference,
whatever order doesn't fuck.
Right, we're 13 out of 14 agreements. Our only difference is you think that the Jets will get in, and I think that the Chargers will get in the AFC. But we are matching in the NFC. Do you think Seattle or San Francisco wins that division?
Seattle. Well, hold on.
You just told me how easy the 49ers schedule
I didn't check Seattle's schedule. But if it's the same, yes. But the Niners, they don't have
cakewalk.
They have cakewalk. Raiders, Rams, Panthers, Niners, Chiefs, Jets, Rams. Yeah, I'm gonna have to give the nod to the Niners because of their easier schedule. Because their schedule is way easier, and for those that are, you know what? I'll just show it to you. Oh, can't click the Niners. Oh, going our way. Yeah. Here we go. But damn. All right. And this is why. Come on. Cardinals, Saints, Dolphins, Bucks, Seahawks, Commanders, Raiders, Cardinals. Not good. Like, win. The coin toss. They're better than the Bucks.
Yeah.
Dolphins, that'll be a tough one. They're beating the Saints and they're beating the Cards. So nope. That's a cake. And then if since everyone's paying attention to us, whoa, you guys, that's vibrant. Raiders, that'll be a win. Rams win. Panthers win. But they got Niners, Chiefs, Jets. This stretch is tough.
Yeah.
1-2, 0-3, 2-1. They're not winning all 3.
Right.
So it's because of that stretch that, yeah, they'll lose it. They'll lose the tiebreaker. It's the Niners. So I agree. I concur. Is that it? That's all you had for the mid-season recap?
I mean, mid-season recap. That's it. I just wanted to get a chance. Do you want to go over what I don't?
No.
But what we did
closer to the playoffs, please.
Playoffs.
Yeah, closer to the playoffs.
Yeah, it's not.
We don't need to. We just don't.
That's fine. It's fine.
It's gross.
So, yeah, that's what we have for the week. NFL starting to take shape a little bit. Injuries will shape the second half of the season a little bit.
It's pretty late for it to want to just really start to take shape.
Yeah.
On the NFC side, anyways.
Right.
It's debacle. I'm just sitting here waiting for college football announcement. All right. Speaking of that, we'll get into it before it kicks us live. What do you think? What are you thinking about the? Well, they're kicking the reveal to 8 p.m. tonight. That's rude.
Boo!
You ruined our live thing, you assholes.
That's because the State Farm Champions Classic is on.
Oh, they couldn't do it during the middle of Maction game, would be my assumption. I have no idea.
Yeah, sure. All of these things.
I don't like that.
Excuses.
I don't like it at all. But anywho, back to what we were talking about. What do you got? What are you thinking, playoff wise?
Who do I think will be in the playoffs? Who do I think?
Yeah.
What do I think the rankings?
Yeah.
Will be?
Who do you think the rankings going to be
This week? You're not going to see many.
You know the four.
Changes?
I don't remember what.
So you're going to have Georgia,
Ohio State, Michigan,
TCU, Tennessee,
LSU. You're not going to see any changes.
LSU,
USC, Bama, Clemson. Yeah, you're not going to see any changes. Oregon fell out.
Yeah. Were they 10th?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. So you're not going to see any changes. Would you be shocked to see a Michigan jump Ohio State or a TCU?
Yeah.
They don't like TCU.
They're not going to move any of those teams. They didn't have any reason, and they've got Michigan, Ohio State coming next week. So
that'll take care of it.
Tipping the boat here, Ernie. Yeah. Not a very exciting reveal this week, anyway.
No, but we are getting down to the nitty gritty for college football.
If Georgia runs, who's Georgia going to play in the championship?
That's what I need to get to the standings. Tennessee, won't they?
No, they don't. They play in the same division.
Not Tennessee. Bama. Oh, LSU. Holy shit.
It's going to be LSU.
Holy shit.
That's just not, even that's not even that exciting, right?
Who's LSU have left? UAB, Texas A&M, and Georgia.
Oh, they haven't played Georgia yet this year.
That's what the old schedule says. They play them on December 3rd. Is that right? I thought they only played 12. Are they just projecting? They can't be projecting. That would be rude. Who's Bama have left? Bama should have lost last week. Flat out. Yeah, what the hell?
Again, they've got to be projecting.
They're projecting it. ESPN has already projected.
Well, yeah, because it says game played at a neutral location.
Yeah, I was so confused.
Yeah. Yes, because
they projected it.
They have Kentucky and Georgia Tech left.
Yeah.
LSU has, who did you say?
UAB and
Mississippi State.
Yeah. Mississippi A&M.
So yeah, then you're gonna get an LSU.
Okay.
Georgia.
So LSU wins it.
Now they're in.
Are they in?
Yeah.
One loss, LSU's in?
Mm-hmm.
I agree. Over TCU? Over an undefeated TCU?
No, so here's the question. So undefeated Big Ten is in.
Yeah, clearly.
Georgia is in.
Mm-hmm.
LSU is in. Is it Tennessee? Is it USC if they went out? Or is it one loss, Ohio State, Michigan loser? Or TCU?
Undefeated TCU?
It's undefeated TCU.
You have to go undefeated TCU. Undefeated Power 5 here.
But they've got to put LSU and Georgia in, right?
Yeah.
And not Tennessee.
No. Because LSU would beat Georgia. Tennessee did not.
Right. But Tennessee beat LSU.
Yeah, but they didn't get to the championship game.
I disagree. But
that's where we're
only
going.
because they play in the other side, not because.
Now, I really hope some other crazy stuff happens because it'd be fun, but I doubt it. Clemson, they have a chance?
Do you really want to watch LSU?
No, I don't want to watch
No, Clemson doesn't have a chance.
No, I know, but ACC champs, they could make it.
The four teams you want to see in the playoff.
Who do I want to see in the playoffs?
Yeah, right now, the four most exciting teams in college football.
Georgia, clearly. Give me, and I already said this last week, Michigan.
Okay.
Then give me LSU.
Okay.
And I'm actually going to prefer Ohio State.
Tennessee's the most exciting team in college football.
Oh, they are.
So, their backup quarterback. Did you see what he did this weekend?
No.
Oh, my God. Threw the ball 75 yards, up 40. They ran up the score on Mizzou in the second half. Dude had 3 touchdowns in the fourth quarter when they were already up 30-plus points.
Jeez.
And I'm talking just chucking it down the field on a
I apologize.
rope.
I apologize, everybody. I keep forgetting about Tennessee because they've lost, and I wrote them off. But yes, Tennessee's more exciting than Ohio State to me.
And they're more exciting than LSU.
Well, yeah, but LSU's going to get in because how the math.
I didn't ask that.
Oh,
I asked,
based upon excitement?
I just want your 4. Oh, what are your 4 most exciting football teams?
Exciting.
I don't care what the record is. I'm just saying that they can provide you the show.
Give me Georgia, USC, Tennessee.
I want to see Michigan.
And Michigan. I don't know
why, but
those would be 4 exciting. Those would be fun. I would love the shit out of them, and I would love the matchups how they would go, and that would be
USC
Georgia.
Would get just.
It would be Georgia, Michigan, and USC, Tennessee.
I don't need to see USC because I'm getting Tennessee, and I think they provide the show from that perspective.
Yeah, but could you imagine both of them?
I don't need to see Ohio State. I've seen them do enough either way. That's why I want to see Michigan. I think
it would be your 4 then.
So give me Michigan, Tennessee, Georgia, and TCU. TCU got to prove me wrong. Somebody's got to beat them.
I get it, but they're not exciting. You said exciting.
No, they are exciting. Have you watched Dugan play?
Well, I mean, last week I watched them for
they were
the first time.
Okay.
Last week.
That's unfortunate because that's the first game that their offense has been a complete dud. But usually they're a 40-point type of team. Now, the critics will say that Texas team is the first team they've played that had any real talent. I argue Texas
Who are they going to play in the championship?
Week to week, so it's hard to.
Who are they playing in the championship?
I'm fine.
What would be your guess?
I don't even. Kansas State. And I think that's what we discussed a couple weeks ago. And that's as scary a game for them as anything because we both kind of thought that Kansas State would beat them if they got a rematch.
Yeah, I guess Kansas State hasn't lost since then, so it's got to be still holding true, right?
I'm pretty sure that's who it is.
Oh, my. Just work, ESPN.
Frozen.
It's frozen. And it's like going away. Like, why won't you let me? There we go. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, Kansas State's 5-2. 7-0, TCU 5-2. Kansas State. Oklahoma's still 4-3 and tied for 3rd in the Big 12.
That's disgusting.
Which tells you is all that you need to know. TCU is playing for a Big 12 championship no matter what at this point.
Oh, yeah.
They're two full games ahead. So
they're locked in.
Yes.
There it is. Everybody. Just over 2 hours. Well, not really. It's under. Because we started early, but well, like always, Ryan, you bastard.
Yeah.
Like always, share, subscribe. We've had some good comments here and there every so often, but make sure to download, look us up, hit us up, and we'll be working on some guests. Although that's Cole's job.
You had 2 guests lined up.
Yeah, we just haven't. Well. We tried to get the crew together to do the guests. Wow. Well, apparently that is not what we're doing.
We are the crew.
We are the crew.
So,
we'll just have to do that.
Yeah.
So we'll get the guests lined up. We'll get them out here, and then we'll have some exciting football coming up. Yep. So college football is picking up after this weekend.
Valley, Southeast Polk, Friday night.
Yeah. What's the line?
Number 1 Valley, number 1 Southeast Polk, number 14 Valley.
Yeah.
Lowest seed to make it to a championship since they started the seeding. Not surprising. Schedule dictated. They played all of the teams that, and then they won games late in the season to.
They won last weekend. They were down 15 with 5 minutes left.
Yeah. Kick, scratch, clawed, got a couple of breaks that they needed, and. Found a way to make it happen.
Crazy. Your West Side Warriors
beat the Dowlings.
The
Dowlings Maroons.
My high school's 4 years in a row in the state championship.
Oh damn! Yeah. Are they the Bills though?
Last year they had first and goal to win and got stuffed all 4 times, running the ball basically straight up the gut. One was a slip by the quarterback, so that kind of sucked. But they've only won 1 championship out of the 3. The previous 3.
They're not the Bills.
They're not the Bills. And they just won last week. I think it was like 38-7. So they're going in relatively fresh.
All right.
Against the same exact team last year.
That's fair.
Right? That's how it works.
Southeast Polk's making a 3-peat trip. They split with the Ankeny Hawks the last 2 years. So a little new blood here with Valley coming in. I would say early line based on seasonal play would dictate Southeast Polk being about a 17.5-point favorite going in.
They play earlier this year?
Yes. I do believe very early in the season. Southeast Polk won. I fairly
Clearly didn't matter because it was a
competitive game, but it wasn't a. Dowling beat Valley like 3-4 weeks ago, 31-3. So they were heavy favorites going into last week, where it looked like the same thing was going to happen. Then Valley somehow found a way back into that game and it ended up winning. Southeast Polk, I think, won like 24-14, something like that, maybe early in the season. So a little more competitive,
controlled,
type of thing.
Old win. So what do you got? 17.5.
17.5. It feels a little high from what I've seen from Southeast Polk's offense. They just don't have the ability to consistently move ball through the air. So if Valley can shut down the running game, they can only do so much with the athletes that Polk has. But I do see Valley probably covering the 17.5. Something in the 27-20, 27-17 type of finish.
Okay.
I don't think the game's going to be
31-17. Book it.
31-17.
Okay, let's don't. Come on now.
Pokers.
Yeah. Come on now. Yeah, 31-17.
Polk Pride.
It's probably going to be a relatively boring game.
Yeah, I don't.
It'll be exciting because of the atmosphere and stuff, but it'll be handled.
I don't see the game being that exciting. So
it'll be handled. That's why he's going to watch it from his couch. So we will see you next week for Thanksgiving week.
Yes.
Eat a lot.